Hello，
Hello Patrick，你好。
你好啊，我9点就进来，你没人啊，又出来了。后来看到你改了10点了，
是10点了。哦没有一直说是10点了，没有改，因为9点还没有那个
九点没有，9点他加东开始了嘛？
呃加东的投票还没有结。
但是现在加东你还别说了，加东原来是自由党，但是保守党现在有点加
嗯，
了的，就说
对，现在我一直在看 CTV 那个，现在是自由党是40，保守党17。
哎，不过就是加东那一片，原来就是说就是保守党一下子增加了4、5个吧，现在优势是，
嗯，OK。
现在还不知道就是总的趋势怎么样，
哦，这个趋势不知道怎么样，对，这个是哈。
今天晚上
多了两个
徐汇
朋友
上来的。
进来了，一个是 Kenneth say something，好吗？Kenneth and Jennifer，听到吗？
他没开麦，
大家大家打个招呼好不好
Hello.
？Hello，Kenneth。
Hello，
Yes。
yes，
介紹下自己好嘛？啊，Ken。
My name's Kenneth Chan. I've been a political consultant for quite some time now. So I run campaigns and help them organize. So right now I'm out in Vancouver helping with Michael Lee for the BC Liberal leadership.
OK，good。Ken 是以前做过华人保守党的主席，对吗？应该係嘛？President of Chinese PC。Ken
Association，
Yeah， and also 他在多伦多 run 过 trustee， 好像是不是？
他现在去 BC 的，去温哥华那边是吧？
对，他是住在多伦多的，但是他是也在 Calgary 帮忙，现在在 BC 帮忙了。OK，
全国跑啊，
对啊，他是一个资深的那个 political consultant，就是。对
So will we see some change tonight? That's the real thing. We've got the NDP up in the downtown. We've got the conservatives who want to drop in on the top. But we have our first result, the GTA. Make a little break right there. There we go. Beaches East York. Actually, I think this may stay liberal. Nate Erskine-Smith has 54% of the vote, but just one poll in, 38 votes for Nate Erskine-Smith, the first Toronto result we see. Lisa Roth.
Ken, is that your voice or the TV noise? TV voice?
Oh, that's the TV. I'm just turning down the volume.
我们都来听你。We are listening to you now. Oh,
okay.
I'm just listening to the election results.
Oh, okay, good. Jennifer 你好，打个招呼了。
你好。
对 ，OK， 好，今天是自由讲了，那就不是发问了。OK， 现在讲讲，既然 Kenneth 在 BC， 那么 BC 的选情怎么样 ？How's the situation in BC? Ken?
BC is actually a tight race between Liberals and NDP. The one riding that you need to look out for is Port Moody Coquitlam because Aaron Shin, the Conservative MP, only won by 153 votes in the last election. So things might turn around from there.
So BC is the battleground for NDP and Liberal. No conservative, no conservative, right?
Right now, the one to be looking at is Port Moody Coquitlam, and everybody's eyeing on that because British Columbia is the last province to close all their ballots before we know what the results are like. But they're saying like the results won't happen. We won't know the final results until at the end of the week because the mail-in ballots have to be counted by tomorrow.
I see. Yeah. What about Alice Wong in Richmond? Is
Alice Wong? She might win re-election depending on how strong the Liberal candidate, the Chinese candidate there is going to do. So it's pretty tough there.
It's a Hong Kong guy, right? Wong, Mr.
Yes.
Wong Cam Wing, something like that. Is that right?
No, it's someone named Miao. I'm not very familiar with him. I've never heard of him much. Right now, I'm just focusing on the Liberal leadership right now for Michael Lee.
Okay.
And the BC Liberals are going through a transition period of trying to elect a new leader since Andrew Wilkinson had stepped down.
Okay. So you can listen, you understand Mandarin, is that right?
No, I can understand Cantonese.
Cantonese, okay.
Yeah.
And English, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, English is better.
Yeah. Okay. Then today we change to English channel, Geneva. All right. So, all right. Let's going back to the Toronto. All right. And here,
so how do you think about Richmond Hill this time?
Richmond Hill. I think last time they only got 200 votes.
Difference, right?
Yes. And yesterday, I live in Richmond Hill. I got 2 flyers from Liberal and Conservative same time last night. So
for what? Two flyers for what?
2 flyers.
For their campaign?
Yeah, for the campaign. Last minute, they drop off. They sent me 2 already before, but yesterday I got another 2.
What regarding there?
Yeah, no, they just try to remind people that vote for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then luckily, the polling station is in my condominium. So I just...
Oh, in your condominium, okay.
Yeah, so I just go downstairs and then...
So you didn't vote in advance, or did you vote today?
I worked today, but I cast my vote this morning. Just
okay,
I don't have to leave.
Yeah.
I don't have to leave the building, so it's good. Yeah.
Okay,
but
see.
Still wait about 20 minutes to cast my vote.
Yeah, but I voted last week. It's very, very easy. 10 minutes finished.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Back to the the Richmond Hill riding. I live in Richmond Hill, and then I know some Iranian friends, and in Iranian community, that's 2 sides. One is
really? They have 2 sides too?
Yes. Pro-Iranian government or anti-Iranian government.
Oh, okay, like China, anti-China too.
Yeah. So the current MP, the Liberal MP, who is supporting the Iranian government.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other side is against Iranian government. So that's 2 different voices.
So how about the side? Which party is more popular?
That one, last election, the anti-Iranian government group, they try to organize some pressure to overturn Majid, the Liberal candidate, but it's not successful. All right. But this time, it's come back the Costa Maniakis, who is a Greek Canadian, and who was the MP before.
Yeah, the mountain. Before I was in that area, I know that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and when I look at I go out this morning and look at the sign near the polling station, it looks like the size, the Costa Maniakis size is more than the Majid. So I don't know, maybe must Costa get more money. So
yeah, this is the conservative have much more money this time. They can do this way.
Yeah, that's true.
So in this case, Chinese vote is important for Majid, right?
Chinese votes. When you look at the Trudeau campaign, Trudeau came to Markham, Richmond Hill 3-4 times for the last campaign. Not just this week, Trudeau went to Markham and also Richmond Hill in order to support. The York region. Looks like that is a battleground for Liberal want to hold on to this seat, like Marion seat and also the Richmond Hill seat.
I think Marion seat is okay, Majid, and also try to get the new one from Mark and Ulville. Also, I think he did a lot of work for that.
The Paul Zhang, I think let's see if we, according to the list I have here, Markham Unionville is the #1 Chinese population in GTA. Okay, so they have 123,000 people populations, and then the Chinese one 64%.
Oh,
Chinese.
My God, almost 70,000, right?
79,000. So it's a 64%. But unfortunately, this riding was held by non-Chinese, and for the last 2 terms, also non-Chinese. All right.
So if this time it failed, so we can next time we have talk this case too, right? More than half are Chinese, but we cannot get a Chinese MP there, right?
Last time the contender is Alan Ho, the Markham councillor, and before Alan Ho is Jiang Bangwu, right, the lawyer from Chinese community, and some contribute that Jiang Bangwu beat Kenny Wen for the nomination. Kenny is from Hong Kong community, and Jiang Bangwu from mainland Chinese community. But according to some rumors, okay, to be confirmed, that Jiang Bangwu got more support from nomination. But unfortunately, many mainland Chinese people, they are PR, permanent residents, or they are not Canadian citizens. So when you go to the federal election, you go to vote. If you are not Canadian, then you have no vote.
You cannot vote.
All right.
Okay.
So that means like I support you, but I don't have vote. And
but this time, on Saturday there is an event for Paul Jiang, right? In the restaurant, the media, most of media are from Chinese community, but the people support in the restaurant, most of them are non-Chinese there. Maybe more than half are non-Chinese, like India or other communities.
Okay.
That's very funny, right?
It's not funny, but according to my observation, South Asian people, they are more interested in politics. I think you and me go to many like government media conference, you will see many South Asian media there. After the presentations, and almost all the South Asian reporters, they go around the speakers and they ask questions. And we Chinese reporters, we stay back. Okay, we don't join the group. So that means they are more aggressive. Go and give you one example. I look at the statistics right here. Brampton has 5 ridings. Okay, so all 5 ridings MP are South Asians. All right, so that means in Brampton, it's a South Asian town now. When we look at Mississauga, so I didn't count how many ridings there, but I look at it, it's half-half. Half number MP Caucasians, all right, the white people, half are South Asian. So maybe 3 to 3.
Yeah, so, this time there are 1 Chinese candidate.
I think she doesn't have any luck because her competitor is Liberal Minister. Okay, Omar Aga, something like that. It's a very famous guy, Omar Al-Gabra.
Right? Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, so Kenneth or Jennifer, you have any input? The
thing is that I'm hearing a different story about Markham Unionville. I have a good feeling that Paul Chang is going to be the next MP in that area. Just because that he's a former and retired York Regional Police officer. So that means that he's very well known. I've seen him around at certain events, and I think that regardless of whether Chinese or non-Chinese, I think the population in New Markham Unionville has changed completely. If you take a look at Liu Lafai, Castro Liu, everybody in Richmond Hill actually voted for him in that ward, all Chinese. So because he was popular, everybody knew him. They saw him on television, and so that's why he got the Chinese vote there completely. The results tell you. So with Paul Chang, I mean, he can actually speak Cantonese. He can speak Hindu, and because he has some background in South Asian communities, so he can actually speak it fluently. So that plays a big part of it in terms of gathering support. So that's why I think I have a lot of confidence. When I first heard him that he was a candidate for Markham Unionville from the Chinese Canadian Liberal Association, I was pretty excited for him not just because he was a Liberal, it's because that he was York Regional Police. And for me, I've supported a police officer in Scarborough, and that was Bill Blair. And
yeah, Blair, yeah.
So I think that it's good that if we can actually get Paul Chang, we can actually have another police officer in Ottawa. Not just, like I said, not just because he's a Liberal. I think because I support police officers, and that's helping.
For the gun control.
Pardon?
For the gun control, or what that you like the police?
Well, you know what? First of all, I don't believe that that there should be illegal guns on the streets, whether it's legal gun owners or not. I think that the police are there to support and help the community in terms of community safety. So if you want guns, then why do we have police officers?
Yeah.
Right. So that's one of the things that I think that there should be a gun control law, and also that we should also target at illegal gun smuggling into the city as well. So those are the things that I support. And on justice issues, in terms of finance, I may not like the spending, but the thing is that I think on everybody's mind is that who can actually protect the community in terms of the COVID-19, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we've done it too well so far, and right now with the Conservatives' platform on COVID-19, I mean, they've been flip-flopping. I'm not saying this as someone who thinks that I'm supporting the Liberals. I'm not. The thing is that I'm supporting on the issues that's going to help my community, and if it's going to help my community, then so be it.
Okay.
So in this case, how do you predict the result of the vote tonight?
The vote, I think it's going to be either minority government all over again.
Uh-oh.
And the thing is that I'm hoping.
So in this case,
the thing is that look, the Conservatives have gotten beaten up on both sides. The People's Party of Canada has beaten down the Conservatives. Then you have the Maverick Party out in Western Canada and the Prairies. Now they're getting beaten up. So the thing is that if the Mavericks can actually siphon off votes from the Conservatives, and the PPC can siphon off votes anywhere else, then basically you were going to get a minority government.
So which side?
I mean, right now people are pissed off at the Conservatives, and you have the Maverick Party, and the Maverick Party is an offshoot of the Reform Party of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happened in 1988? Reform Party didn't win any seats in 1988 election. Look what happened in 1993. The PC Party of Canada was reduced to 2 seats.
Yes.
Because of who?
Yeah.
Reform Party.
Yeah, they merged together, right?
53 seats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that tells you a lot.
Yeah.
So we're seeing 1993 all over again, hopefully.
Oh, 1993, I have no idea about that election.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Joseph was there.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, it's crazy. Kim Campbell was fooled by Byron Mooney, right? So Byron Mooney decided, and Kim Campbell take up the prime minister seat, and then run the same election that year. So it's down to 2 seats, one in Quebec, one in Ontario, I think. But on the other, we learn from the history. So
the Maverick Party. Yeah, the Maverick Party and the Prairies in Alberta and Saskatchewan are not here to form a government. They are here to have Western representation, just like the Bloc Québécois. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. And so if they're there to represent Western Canada, then that's what they're going to do. They're not here to form a government. They're here to give true representation to protect their interests in terms of pipelines.
So that means
that's all it is.
Calgary will be go independent one day.
That's the second option. The first option is to ensure that Western interests are actually being defended instead of a federalist party, because all they've been saying all this time up until this election is that every election, you will know the results of the Ontario results, because that's where most of the seats are coming from. So when you go up against 100 and say 36 seats to 107 seats in the rest of Western Canada, then of course between Quebec and Ontario, we outnumber them. I mean, that's reality.
Yeah. So Ontario has like 1/3 of the seats. So
Yes.
that's why Ontario is so important. You win Ontario, you got the government, right?
Yeah.
So for the okay, go ahead.
So when you take a look at the results, whatever happens, right? Basically, it's all about regional representation. There is no more national parties anymore.
Okay.
National parties are irrelevant at this point, because if the Mavericks if they don't pick up any seats this time, next 4 years, they will pick up a lot more seats next time around. Like I said, 1988, 1993, we're all seeing it all over again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So will Maxime Bernier representing that west side?
No, they'll probably pick up siphon off votes. But I think if the Mavericks cannot continue to be, to bring it right now, they're a new party. They're starting off just this year. And if they don't pick up any seats this time, they'll pick up a lot more seats next time. I mean, in 1988, the Reform Party didn't have enough candidates to run. And when 1993 came around, they were ready, and they actually pounced the PC party to 2 seats.
Mm-hmm. I agree that.
So how about the Green Party?
Green Party doesn't make much of a difference. I mean, they have their internal problems, and they're fighting within themselves.
I agree that. So
yeah,
they say that if enemy Paul doesn't win this time, she may lose her president's position. So
yeah,
so maybe bounced out. Yeah.
They will continue to run candidates, but they will become irrelevant, and they would not. The only reason why the Green candidate actually has a spot in the leaders debate because of May. It's because of Stéphane Dion. Stéphane Dion said that I will not participate in the leaders debate if Elizabeth May was not involved, and so basically the commission allowed her to come into the debate, even though she didn't have a seat.
Yeah.
So that really put the Green Party on the map.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I think a lot of people forgotten about that. And a lot of
but
people
maybe next time, no more space for Green Party. Maybe for People's Party next time, I guess.
No, I think they should allow, if they're going to allow the People's Party, the Green Party and the Bloc, I think they should allow the People's Party and the Maverick Party to have an all leaders debate, because I think people should allow to have a choice. If the Conservatives believe in having a choice, then they should allow other parties to have a spot on the leaders debate. I mean, if the Conservatives don't believe in allowing choice and not allowing the Maverick Party or Maxime Bernier to be in the leaders debate, then they're no better than the Liberals saying that, oh, we're anti free speech here, right?
You mentioned the Maverick Party. Is it a real party?
Yes, it is. Remember what I said? The Reform Party did not exist in 1993. Until 1993.
Yeah.
Nobody paid attention to the 1988 results.
Okay.
Because the Reform Party may have ran candidates under Preston Manning, but they didn't win a seat.
Yeah.
So look at it where they were now, 1993. They won pretty good seats there.
So that means the Maverick Party has some candidates in the West. Is that right?
Yeah, because it's all about the message in 1993 that it was that the West wants in, because Brian Mulroney was not a conservative, because the PC party had ran away from their core values.
Okay.
Yeah, and so now with Aaron O'Toole, he has gone away from the core values of the Conservative Party and went straight to the middle, because he figures that was the only way for him to form a government and a way to become prime minister.
So I mean the Conservatives shifting to the middle. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's why a lot of people out in Western Canada, especially in the prairies, are really mad at Aaron O'Toole that he flip-flopped. When people in Alberta really don't want a carbon tax, but this guy says that, we'll put a carbon tax for $20 per ton, but in the next 2 years we'll put $50 per ton.
So in that case,
doesn't make any sense.
In that case, Liberal minority seems most likely, because
most likely scenario. Yeah,
I see that Conservative, the seats may be taken some by PPC, People's Party, And you mentioned about Maverick Party now.
Maverick,
they also got some seats. So that means they're all getting the seats from the conservative base, you know.
All the polls that I've looked at, they never considered the results of what would happen if the PPC polls. They didn't show the numbers. They didn't show the undecided numbers. People who are undecided. They didn't show the Maverick polls because the reason why the mainstream media, in terms of like CTV, they were scared to actually publish those numbers because they didn't want to affect the outcome of the election. So they wanted a conservative to win. But you know, considering that they didn't publish it, I think that there's that the numbers may have been skewed and that they didn't look at the Maverick numbers carefully.
Okay.
There's a lot of angry people out here.
You know, when you talk about the debate, you know, the election debate, and I look at this, say, it's not a national debate, you know. When we look at the Bloc Québécois, they only concerned about the Quebec. They don't care about the national. They don't care about the Canada, right? So when we look at like Green Party, they're too small and their objective, their policy is very, very limited. So the only party debating is just NDP, Conservative, and then Liberal. So,
but the Maverick Party is but the Maverick Party is about regional representation. The Bloc is about regional representation. So the thing is that they're not there to form a government. They're trying to be an effective opposition by changing the government's policies to defend their interests.
Yes, getting
so
more,
like
more
let's say that. Just to say that if Ontario had a regional party that just represents Ontario, then we have like 6-7 different parties in Parliament. None of them would actually form a government because none of them would have enough 170 seats to form a government.
That means we should form an Ontario party now.
I like it that way because that is democracy. Because this way it makes this way that no party has control of
looks like a federal. Power. This is one kind of federation way.
It's more like a pizza parliament, like the Italian way.
Yeah.
But this is the best way. I kind of like it that way. But at the same time, history in Ontario is that they will vote Liberals to Ottawa and they'll vote PC to Queen's Park, and it has always been that way. And I want to keep it that way.
Yeah, keep it like a balance there.
Yeah, it creates balance because Queen's Park will be, as a PC government in Queen's Park, would actually be a check on the federal government's power, so that neither would actually have control of both levels of government. So let's just say if you have a conservative government in Ottawa and you have a conservative government at Queen's Park, one of them has to go. I'd rather prefer the Liberals have control of Ottawa and we get Queen's Park. That's the way it is.
Yeah, I like that way too. Keep like a little kind of balance there.
Yeah.
So in that case, that
well, they're coming out
will stay.
Yeah, they're coming out with the numbers now. The Handong is going to win.
Handong is going to win.
Handong is going to win. Yeah.
Okay.
Michael Coteau is going to win Don Valley East. Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's too early, I think.
Yeah, still.
Pardon?
Still too early.
Sabrina has been running Sabrina Zunista has been running all over the place. She ran in my riding and Trinity Spadina and couldn't win. She did it again, couldn't win again. What makes you think that if she ran in Don Valley North that she's going to win there? Don't think so.
Yeah, she has no roots.
She's all over the map. It's like she's not consistent.
Yeah. No base, no supporter. I mean, no
because
support.
Like say for instance that you have a conservative candidate in Trinity Spadina, okay? The thing is that with the conservative candidate there, you every time you ran, I hate to say it, and I will say it right now, and that's not being personal, Frank Fang had ran there and lost. What makes you think that he was going to win? Just because he's Chinese? First of all, I've never heard of this guy. And first of all, what has he done for the Chinese community in that part of the area? Absolutely nothing. Every conservative candidate has actually ran in Trinity Spadina, both provincially and federally, has done absolutely nothing.
What about Jin Xiu? Jin Xiu used to run in Spadina before.
But Jin Xiu lied about what he was when he was running. He said that he does business in Chinatown there. He has never done business in Chinatown. He doesn't even frequent there. He doesn't even know people there. He's originally from Markham.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Everybody knew that. Even I knew that.
Yeah. But, on the other hand, some friend Fang joined our debate last 2 weeks. So that they say, basically, Spadina riding is no place for conservative. That's why
NDP or liberal, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they put nobody knows or not famous people in the riding because they don't think they will win. That's why
Joseph, I will tell you this, and I actually said the same thing as you did, when I first ran in 2006 for public school trustee.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Loy had told me this, that anybody can win in Trinity Spadina, whether you're a liberal, NDP, or conservative. The most thing that he says is that what have you done in Trinity Spadina? You don't even have a machine. The thing is that who does Jin Su know in Trinity Spadina? Who does Frank Fang know in Trinity Spadina? Who does Sabrina know in Trinity Spadina? They have done nothing and they don't know nobody.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what's going to take you to win. If you don't, work Trinity Spadina, you don't get involved in the community, you will not win because how is people going to know what you've done?
Mm-hmm.
People said to me at the doors in 2006 when I ran, he said, who are you? Because I don't even know you, but I know Olivia Chow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, she's famous, yes.
So the thing is that if you make yourself famous in Trinity Spadina, then you will win despite, which party. So whoever has a very strong machine will win. But the conservatives will always have a weak machine because since 1995 and beyond is like they had different candidates, both federally and provincially. Who actually stayed behind us to run consistently? Nobody.
Yeah, they always change. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, they always change.
So that means that you really want to win in certain riding, you have the base
you need
there,
to work it.
The grass there, grass support there, right?
Yeah,
so,
you need to work. It's a grassroots campaign.
Yeah.
You need to really work it. If you don't want to work it, you want to take the easy way out. Yes,
you need years of hard work in that riding. Otherwise, you have no chance.
Yeah,
is that right? Yeah.
I mean, if you want to take the shortcut, go run in somewhere in Markham.
Ken, I have a question for you. In this year, the Conservatives only have one Chinese candidate in GTA, and some say that because there's not many Chinese candidates for Conservative, so Chinese may not vote for Conservative Party. Do you agree?
Having to go through all that, first of all, you didn't even try, okay? So,
it's simple. The principle is simple. You have more Chinese candidates running, then the candidates will try to get the support from Chinese community, from their friends, the circles, right? So you are not Chinese. How can you get the support from your community, your friends?
Sue Wong had made a comment in 2006 municipal election, and she said it right. And I still believe that her comments still hold truth. That most China, and excluding Castro Liu, because that's a different dynamic over there.
Yeah.
But in terms of the rest of the EDAs, is that Chinese people just don't vote. And the only people that you should go after to vote are the mainstream people who actually are voting.
Okay.
But from what I'm guessing at is like, and you've seen this before, since 2003 and up until now, until the last municipal election, since 2003, there was very little municipal candidates running, right? Like very few Chinese.
Yeah.
When I ran in 2006, there was a little bit more. 2014, there was a lot more. 2018, there might be a little bit more back then. But the thing is that people have gotten a little bit more intelligent, or at least have been educating themselves. But at the same time, is that maybe is like you didn't find the right candidates, okay, to be in the right places at the right time. Yeah, David Kong running somewhere in
Scarborough, yeah,
but didn't win. Why didn't he win? Not just because he's a Chinese candidate. Is that what did he ever do? He didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. He runs against Sean Chen, the famous guy there. But on the other hand, when you look at
Sean Chen did something though.
When we look at, say, we got more like Chinese councillors, MPP, so that you see that, for example, like the Daisy White and also Billy Pang, the MPP right there, and I believe they have lots of like Chinese voter support. All right. Yeah. You keep on saying that Chinese voter doesn't go out to vote, and then they have no percentage. When you look at the Trudeau campaign for the last 2 weeks, Trudeau spent a lot of time in the GTA York region, talking to the Chinese people. They have run the Mid-Autumn Festival gala, right? Yeah. So if Chinese people don't vote, why Liberal go after those Chinese voters? So that's a great question mark. So I think Chinese start to going out to vote, because somebody told me that the voting percentage is a little less than the mainstream, but not far below. So
yeah, I believe this trend. Yeah, more and more people like to go out to vote now.
Mm-hmm. So
maybe the social media can share, so more and more people will ask, oh, where can I vote? So the people can tell them at least you can go there, what time you can go, because somebody they are not familiar with the voting system. They don't know how they can vote before.
Yeah. But you know what? I have to give credit to two people that are my friends, who I still consider as my friends.
Yeah.
Joseph Lau. Reason why? Because all these years he had promoted why people should vote, and he put an ad in his own little newspaper, and that actually worked. I like that idea.
Okay.
Another person is Alex Siu. Reason why? Because he has organized the York Regional Parents Association to educate Chinese parents about the education system. Then he went on to form the Civic Engagement Committee with 4 other people. And then it's like, you know what? With all these things that Joseph and Alex Siu had been doing was good for the Chinese community to educate themselves on local issues, whether it's municipal, federal, provincial. And they did a very good job. I commend Joseph for his efforts all these years.
All right, thank you. Yeah, today is not talking about me. Okay,
I'm talking about you. I'm talking
about you.
We'll talk about the election. The last
I know,
time.
But if it wasn't for you, and Alex Siu, there would hardly be any Chinese voters that would be trying to educate themselves and actually listen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's actually true.
All right. Thank you. I take the compliment. So my question is that, in 2018, the Ontario, the provincial election, because it's getting the blue wave. So the Ontario Conservative Party wins the majority. So at that time, somebody say that you don't have to do anything. You just put your name in, and then you a blue color, then you win. So this year, do you think that will be also a party wave? It will wave to red or wave to blue?
It's hard to say with the new blue party what they're gonna do. Mm-hmm. I mean, when Doug Ford first came out, yes, he was very hard right, but then when the pandemic hit, I think that he changed his tune, and I think that he took the right leadership in handling the pandemic, even up until now. Yeah. I think a lot of people have criticized him about not handling the pandemic very well, but I think that he's handling the best he can. Yeah. And but at the same time, I do tend to disagree with him that he shouldn't have opened up too early. Okay. I think he should have, stayed a little while until after, if there was another 4th wave, and then figure out what to do, because right now you got a lot of people who are undecided right now at this point. So, but if the Liberals tend to hold hold ground to form a minority government, hopefully that Doug Ford and the PCs will be reelected in the next 2 years. And because I don't think Stephen Del Duca has any plans to help the COVID-19 cause. So I think Doug Ford will be reelected.
So CTV declares Liberal win. All right.
Yep.
So right now it says the Liberal 130, says Conservative 65, and then CTV declares that Liberal win. So,
majority or just win?
Just
for
win.
now,
yeah,
for now, but they're going to wait until the end of the week because you still have the mail-in ballots to be counted, and so.
Okay, but the point is that the mail-in ballot is only 1.2 million. All right, so it's only 3% of the total votes, maybe less than that.
The Conservatives are not counting on the mail-in ballots, and that's where they're going to lose. And so the thing is that the Liberals and NDP are counting on the mail-in ballots. Okay. And if the mail-in ballots actually help, like they did for them in the last election, then we'll end up exactly where we are, where we started from as a Liberal minority government.
You know, the point is that, you know, I do cover the election, you know, day before and went to the victory party. Normally they have like the speech, they have a concession speech, and then the winner got the victory speech. But tonight I see that they are also running the party in different ridings. All right. Yeah. So like the Erin O'Toole in Bowmanville riding, and then Robert B. the Trudeau in Montreal, and then Jamie Singh in Vancouver. So that means that if there's no result tonight, then who is going to give the speech? No speech?
I don't wait for that.
Can't declare a winner until the mail-in ballots are counted. I mean, if you say a Conservative would win right now, and then end up in saying like, oh, well, with the mail-in ballots, so the Liberals win.
I think also depends on the vote county here. If the gap is very big, so in that case they can declare. But if not extremely big,
Mississauga Caffrey lost.
Yeah, Jean Yip had won her Scarborough Asian Court riding. Yeah, I know. So they haven't really. I don't know why Spadina Fort York hasn't been counted yet. So there's still 0. Yeah.
So if I look at the Mississauga Center, you know, the Kathy Zhao Ying lost. She only got 468, and the winner, Liberal one, has got 954.
It's too early now. That's too early.
No, they check it. So it says,
no, they check it. They say they have the possibility to win, not check it. Check mark lots is there. Okay, they just put one check mark for one of them.
All right, and when keep going right there. So. And let's see what's going on right there.
Because I'm looking at the numbers and.
Okay, so when we look at say like we go for one riding the other way, and can you estimate that Markham Union will probably win, right? So let's go.
I'm cautiously optimistic that.
What about Scarborough Agincourt, the Jin Yip riding?
Jin will definitely win her riding.
Jin Yip will win. Okay. Yeah, because
I'm confident of that. Okay. And Dong will win as well.
And Dong will win. Sean Chen, what about Sean Chen?
I think Sean will win because
most of the incumbent will likely win, right? So
most likely, yeah.
And Dong right there. So Michael Cotto. So
it looks like Scarborough Center will go Liberal too.
So Scarborough.
Sean Chen has 70%. He's going to win this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Bill Blair has 68. Yeah, he'll win.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll win Scarborough Southwest.
GTA, I think mostly belongs to Liberal maybe.
Liberal. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to go Liberal in York region. The reason why I think most people are saying like, well, we had enough of the Liberal government at the same time is like with the fourth wave. I think we're going to vote to be safe, just to vote for the Liberals this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now is Conservative catching up. Conservative, according to CTV, Conservative gets 73 seats and the Liberal 131. So still about 60 seats difference.
Yeah.
So, okay. And the other question is that, like, you know, when we mentioned about Jin Yip, Son Chen, Mary Ying, Han Dong, they are incumbent.
Yes.
Can Chinese break through to other ridings? What about Michael Chong? Well, I think Michael Chong should be okay.
Michael Chong, that's given. I mean, that's.
I think he will keep it. He will keep it.
That's a rural riding. That's a rural riding.
It's a bigger area.
It's huge area. Not big.
Yeah, it's a rural area. It's not even an urban riding.
Yeah. So you know, we drive in that riding is half an hour still in that riding. So that's crazy. Yeah. my point is that when we talk about like Chinese political movement, right? So when we look at all those ridings with like Chinese like MP, MPP, they have high Chinese populations. Can Chinese break through in other areas? Otherwise, you will always keep.
You mean to run as candidates?
Yeah, run and candidate in different ridings. For example, Patrick is in Cambridge. Can Patrick run in Cambridge and win it? Do you think so? Is it possible?
Which Patrick?
No, the Chinese Canadian voice.
Only 3 of us here, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's Patrick. Chinese Canadian voice, Patrick. So, and he lives in Cambridge, right? So west of like Michael John's riding. And my point is that Michael.
You have to win the nomination first.
Nomination that we will try pushing in the minority. The point is that, can Chinese as a minority, visible minority, can they win in non-Chinese populated ridings? Do you think that's?
It's hard to say. I mean, the thing is that you still have to win the nomination. Even Daisy Way had said the same thing. It's like, if you can win the nomination, then you can probably win. There might be a possibility to win the election. But the thing is that even if you did win the nomination, doesn't mean that you're going to win the election. So it depends on it's going back to what Tony Loy has said. What have you done for the area, right?
Okay.
What have you done to make yourself famous?
Okay, so in that case, that means like when I look at some professions, they are likely to be the politicians. For example, the reporter. When you're doing
at least they have advantage.
Yeah, and then you do the MP assistant, MPP assistant. You're likely to get elected or going to the political path. Now you talk about like policemen, like Bill Bear, and then Paul Zhang will have a chance. Oh, Sun Chen wins, elected.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's because Sean made the right choice at first.
Yeah.
When he first ran was in 2003 against Chris Bolton for public school trustee in Trinity Spadina Ward 10. He lost. Then he went to run in Scarborough Asian Court, and then he ran against Noah Ng. When you have 2 Chinese candidates running there. And I think Noah Ng had made a mistake in 2003 by catering to a left-wing group to get their money and their endorsement.
Oh,
so yeah.
I'm trying to call Sun Chen assistant now. See if we can talk to Sun Chen together.
All right.
So see.
It's too early.
Hello, Judy. Hello, Judy. 係 Joseph 啊，係啊，我哋而家做緊個 live 就 ，hello， 咁啊 CTV announce Sun Chen 贏咗喎，啊，我話 CTV announce Sun Chen re-elected 係咪真係啊？係啊 ，CTV 係啊，佢話佢900幾票啊，係啊，嚇。我唔知啊，你唔知啊？嗱，如果佢 confirm 咗之後，我再 call 你睇，我同阿 Sun Chen 傾電話，拜。
They don't announce. They just check mark one person. Okay, that's different, right?
Yeah, you can tell by the numbers. I mean, Sean Chen had did a lot for the community as a school trustee, and now he's gone on to becoming an MP. That's because they know what he's done on the record.
Yeah, I think.
And also he has a connection with the Chinese community, also India community too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's his advantage there. Yeah.
So when he ran as a trustee, he actually has a network that helped him, and he wasn't the type of person who was going to sit down and do nothing and just attend trustee meetings. He actually went out there to actually get to know people and talk to the
president.
And that's retail politics. That's how Ralph Ford won as mayor, because he loved people. He liked talking to people. But at the same time, his message actually resonated with regular people. It wasn't just about business. It was about people that he cared about. Colored people, disabled people, people of lower income. He liked all people of all backgrounds, and that's what people drew him to.
Okay.
I mean,
can we talk about the Liberal candidate, Calvin Wong? You know, look at the poll there. I mean, he still got the most votes in that riding.
He did nothing. He didn't even do anything in that riding. He got acclaimed. Not even the chair of the EDA was supporting him.
I see, because it's close to the party, so that's why he got acclaimed. Is that right?
No, I mean that has nothing to do with that. I think they just needed a candidate desperately in the short term.
Yeah, so anyone wants to run and then just come in, right?
Yeah.
Include you, yeah. So, but the question is that Liberal Party confirmed that dumb Calvin Wong. If Calvin Wong won the election, will he go back
independent?
He'll go independent.
He'd be elected as an independent. He won't be able to sit in the Liberal caucus. But he can vote with the Liberals.
Okay. And the point is that will any party try to persuade them to join their party?
In this case, no.
The optics would look so bad.
Mm-hmm.
The optics would look so bad.
Yeah. But his case is dropped. It's not like, you know, his sexual assault case was dropped. So he's innocent, right?
Despite whether they dropped the case, the optics has showed that he didn't tell the truth, and he didn't tell them that I have one issue here, and that was a sexual assault case that has been dropped. So he wasn't being very truthful about it.
I see. So integrity issue, yeah. So then try not run politics, because you will be under microscope, right? All your wrongdoings will be magnified, and then something you don't know even exposed to the public. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to run for politics or even for public office, and you don't want to disclose this one little thing that might hurt you, that's what he just done. He didn't disclose it, and if he disclosed it truthfully, then there shouldn't be a problem, because then
not nominated in that case, I guess.
The public relations, the public relations would actually say, well, the case was dropped and that was it. Okay, the case is done. It's been dropped. So then he can move forward. But since the case was dropped and he didn't disclose it, then it's an integrity issue. He didn't come out with the truth.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. So
that's why I always ask my clients is like, are you disclosing everything? Are you telling me everything that I need to know? If you're not telling me everything I need to know, then I won't help you. Because if you don't tell me everything I need to know, I'm going to have to do damage control, and it's going to look bad on me, right?
Yeah.
And I don't like doing damage controls. The worst thing.
Yeah, that's true. When we look at the Markham Union riding, Paul Zhang has 641 votes, and Bob Sariola has 400 something. So Paul Zhang is leading. Paul Zhang is leading. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I said. Just because, like, he's a police officer, everybody knows him.
But you know, my previous comment about Paul Zhang is that he's a good guy. He has some complete reputation, but only like 35 a month or so election time for campaigning. I don't think he has enough timing for him to gain the momentum, right?
Yeah.
Well, if he's announced the candidate for that riding a year ago, or he got 6-8 months time to running, I think he should be doing better. So for me, I wonder if really Paul Zhang got the chance. But anyway, let's look at the result at the end. So
I look this with some optimism here, but at the same time, if you look at Kingsley Kwok, who changed his name from Arnold to Kingsley, why? Okay. You're the same person. Then he went from PC to NDP. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, he's a flipper.
You didn't know that. You didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
I have all the secrets I have on anybody. I have, okay, including Jin Sue, okay.
Okay.
So the thing is that why did Kingsley change his name from Arnold to Kingsley and then switch from PC to NDP like day and night? That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Next time when I see Kingsley, I'll ask him this question.
Right. Yeah. Ask him if his name is actually Arnold.
I know. Arnold Kingsley. Yeah. So
I don't know. It's like, yeah.
Arnold Kwon or
Kwon is in Guo. The Guoyan the Guo. Yeah. When we look at now, it says 146 for Liberal, and also the Conservatives 115. Conservatives catching up.
Yeah, they're
catching up right now. So NDP block still the 20 something. So still no seat for PPC now.
No, not yet. So I don't think they'll win a seat this time, but I'm thinking that they're cycling
for the next election. You say?
Yeah, next election they'll probably be a little bit more stronger.
Even for Maxime Bernier.
Kevin Wong from Spadina, Fort York is actually picking up some numbers here.
Yeah,
he's got 46.
Yeah, either for in advanced maybe.
Yeah. So the thing is that they've already made an announcement that the Liberal Party said that he will not be in Liberal caucus, even though his name is on the ballot.
Yeah.
So he's just going to sit as an independent.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but he can still vote with the Liberals if he wants to. So.
Okay. Yeah. So.
But that will give the Liberals some more votes in the House when it comes to voting on some issues.
Yeah. The minority, because it's going to be the minority government.
The minority, yeah.
Every vote counts. Yeah, every vote counts. So, yeah, that's true. So let's look at 142, 117, 30, 36. Other parties.
Looks like a block. Quebec block. We are keep is riding 32. They expect.
Yeah.
Now it's 29 about something. I think maybe. They are almost down there for Quebec. They are earning, right?
Parkdale High Park is pretty close. They're almost tied.
Okay.
Scarborough Center will most likely win. Scarborough, Scarborough North is.
Paul John is leading.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul John is leading. So
Blair will most likely win.
Yeah. And then
Agincourt most likely win because Johnson, the Conservative candidate, only has like 28%. And
okay. If the gap is very big, is huge in that case, they can stay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we learn from this election? They say it's the election nobody wants. Do you agree?
Arnold Kwok only got 15%.
Okay. What did you call Arnold Kwok?
That's his name. I mean, that's
his real name or former name. Okay.
Yeah.
Now he has a new name, Kingsley.
Yeah, Kingsley.
Right?
Yeah. Kingsley Kwok has 15%.
15%.
Not too bad. The NDP there, right?
I know, but the thing is, this is his second election, and he hasn't really done anything in the same riding that he ran last time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't really done anything.
NDP, like the one in my riding, Richmond Hill riding, Adam DeVito. Every year I see his name out there at the side, but I never saw him in any public events. So that's why. No, the NDP candidate.
The NDP.
NDP,
because NDP candidates, they don't have money. How can they do something? That's the problem, right?
Well, the NDP did win in Scarborough one time, and that was one time.
Yeah. The South Asian lady. Yeah, I met her.
Yes, she won one time, and that was it.
Yeah. So that's it. So that's the political scenario. So you do need money, you do need people.
I think you guys should pay attention to Kitchener Center because the Liberal candidate also was dropped out.
Which one? The
Kitchener Center.
Kitchener Center. Oh, the Rani Sani, right?
And Rani Sani is offline, right, for Liberal. So normally this also this like a liberal and conservative is like they can flip in that case.
Okay. So
yes, Scarborough Rouge, yeah. Kevin has 40%, and I think the NDP can still catch up, but the Conservative Canada won't be able to. Lisa Robinson is not going to win in Beaches East York because the Conservatives have kicked her out of the campaign. She no longer represents the Conservative Party.
Okay.
And Beaches East York, Lisa Robinson, because she has said some racist comments
about anti-system.
Oh yeah.
So
there was like maybe like 3 Conservative candidates that got kicked out.
So that raised the question about the vetting the candidates, right? Do they have any background check before they pick the candidates? Right?
Yeah, but that's tough because due to the social media, something you should back 10 years or 20 years. It's not easy to do this if they don't disclose by themselves, right?
Whatever you delete, nothing gets deleted. I can find it.
Yeah, you are right. Always somebody can dig it out. This is the problem.
Yeah.
So that means no freedom of speech anymore?
Oh, no.
There's freedom of speech. It's just that you just have to come clean. You just got to tell the truth. You can't lie.
The point is that expression can be either. It's not true.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's really something you cannot say what you are thinking. That's the problem.
Yeah. Every time I speak, I say, can I say this? Can I talk that?
Well, like I'll give you one piece of advice. Anybody in this forum right now who wants to run in the future, anything that you delete on Facebook doesn't matter. Once you delete it, I can find it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And I will have records of it.
But the point is, it's the millions of messages. It's like a sea or ocean.
Not a millions, billions messages, not millions.
So that means if you want to delete everything, you have to go back to how many years that you made comments and delete everything.
Okay.
You can't. It will take years for you to delete everything off the internet, off Google, off any kind of search engine that I can find, and that would clean it all out. But are you going to spend time in front of your computer cleaning everything out of Google? I can find it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Joseph, if you plan to run, you should hire some IT guy to do this job first. That means.
I hire Patrick to do this job.
No, I'm not good. I'm not IT guy. Sorry, I cannot do the job for you.
The best thing to do is not to make comments.
The best thing to do is not to run in public office.
That's the way. So you can say whatever you like.
I mean, I no longer have any ambition to run. I already ran twice, so everybody keeps on asking me, why don't you run? It's like, well, I won't. I have no plans to run. But if you want me to run, you give me one good reason to run, and I'll consider it. But since you haven't, I won't run.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, and the other thing, politics is not for everyone. I think that's one like one fact.
Nancy is a need for everyone, right?
Oh.
What's up?
Genius has over like 1,000 votes.
No, 1,831.
Yeah.
Almost 2,000. Yeah. One. John McCain.
Yeah. Kingsley's still at 15%.
Yeah. And Sonchen got 2,000 votes already. Harry looks like yes. Wilbur.
Enemy Paul, the Green Party leader, is not going to win. She only has 8%.
Okay.
Brian Chang is not going to win.
Brian Chang, I don't think he has a chance.
No. Han Dong has 57%. He most likely will win.
So why you get percentage? I got the numbers of votes. So what channel you're looking at?
I'm looking at Global.
Global. Oh, okay. Yeah. I look at CTV. So what about Patrick, you look at CTV
CBC.
or CBC?
Okay. We look at different screens together, right? That's good.
This is good. As long as we're watching, three different channels.
Yeah.
And
then you cover
we
everything.
can see what the results are. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So for the Green Party, any suggestion for that? For the future Green Party? No future at all.
I don't think they're going to have a future after this.
So already dead. It looks like according to you.
I think there's still some numbers coming in. I mean, according to the way they're making this out, it seems like they have 3 seats. I think Elizabeth May will most likely win her seat in Saanich Gulf Islands.
Yes.
Just because that area is pretty liberal and very green.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Vancouver Island is very liberal. It doesn't go conservative at all.
Okay.
It's very liberal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I see that's a 3 seat for Green Party. Which 3 ridings? Anyone knows?
Yeah, I think that's it for them. It's 3. Like I said, Elizabeth May will most likely win her Saanich Gulf Islands. That's about it.
Maybe the center will be green. Who knows?
What about the other 2?
NDP.
NDP is not too bad for the moment, I guess.
Yeah, it says 26 here for NDP.
Quebec stalled at 28, 27.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going up any further than that.
Okay. So.
Oh, Max Berlin, no way. Only it's about 1/3, maybe when you compare with the Conservative.
Okay.
I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Sure. And then when we look at the CTV right now, it says Liberal get 152, and then CTV announced the Liberal minority. Okay, so looks like CTV.
Yeah, no, they didn't declare yet. I think.
No, but CTV it says here. I'll show you the picture.
You show me.
Yeah. So I show you the picture on WeChat. I take a picture. It's
too early in that case, right?
Yes. Like Trump, the U.S. presidential election, the CNN announced earlier. Yeah. So yeah. So
in that case, it's different. For the moment, it's still too early.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'll send you the picture. It's a liberal minority.
Yeah, maybe the result is correct, but it's too early. Then not serious if they do that way.
Yeah, they can correct it. So that's simple. So
yeah, but the media, you cannot just say you correct something, right?
Yeah, try to
black and white there. You didn't send me, right?
Yeah, I just send you a picture.
Okay.
You check our WeChat and it says liberal minority. 119. So.
Breaking news. Okay. This is didn't show the time there. It's very early in that case.
Okay. When you look at this election.
Okay, now I can see. Yeah, CBC. Also CBC project liberal government.
Minority. Oh, okay. So that means we're going to hear Justin Trudeau say something, right? Winning speech.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, in this case.
Conservatives always criticize that Justin Trudeau shouldn't run this election. It's because it's a 600 million budget for the
election for the cost of the...
Yeah, for the cost. What's your opinion? Do you agree that, or you say that we don't need this election? Who needs this election? Only liberals.
Justin Trudeau did it. I wrote the article about that. Only just Trudeau and the liberal. That's all.
Okay. So, but according to economics, the government spending is, going back to the society, right? It didn't go away. So the government expenses sometimes induce like more expenditure or more revenue, right? So then, from my point, I don't disagree with when the election, because the law allows Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister, to call election if he wants to do that, right? So
this is earlier the opposite party, they should find an excuse. They should fight back. Of course, they will find this kind of excuse there. Okay, the cost there, 600 million, and also this under the COVID-19.
Yeah.
Also, all of this, they will find this kind of case. They can fight back. Otherwise, okay, liberal said this way, everybody follow this way, so they win the majority, right? In that case.
Yeah. I think everyone knows that, like, Justin Trudeau wants to run a re-election because he wants majority. Looks like it's the same. No change, right? So
now it's still early to say. Who knows?
And also the other thing about that, this election is almost a referendum for Justin Trudeau.
Yeah,
so, right?
To certain degree, I agree with this one.
Yeah, so that means it tests the public. I mean, you ask the public how they feel about Justin Trudeau governance, right?
Yeah.
So, and now if now that Liberal minority again, that means his government still not solid.
It's still so there.
it's not solid. So likely we may have another election within 2 years.
At least just Trudeau will not do it this way. Maybe from the other parties they can do.
Yeah,
I don't think a liberal will try to do this again. If this way, I think they will lose.
I think Patrick is right. I don't think the Liberals are going to call an election in 2 years from now. I think he's going to wait it out to a full-term election, and then because I can tell you this from if the Liberals do it right, this is what happened in 1975. Premier Bill Davis, who was a PC Premier of Ontario for 14 years, he called an election in 1975 and ended up with a minority government.
Okay.
Then he called another election in 2 years in 1977 and still ended up in a minority government.
My gosh. Okay.
Yeah. And I know he survived 2 minority governments. And the thing is that he promised the voters of Ontario that he will not call an election until his full term in the next 4 years. Okay. 1981, he calls an election. He wins a massive majority government. And that was his last term in office.
Okay.
So if Trudeau plays this type of plays this rule that he will not call an election in the next 4 years, he might even win a majority government just because that he had an economic recovery plan to get them out of COVID-19. And if there wasn't another election in the next 2 years, I rather prefer someone triggers it and calls and votes a non-confidence and saying that, and then Trudeau can go to the voters and say that we try to make it work. The Conservatives and the opposition did not have the vote of confidence, so that's why we're here.
Yeah, so they can find an excuse in that case. Yeah.
So if you have anyone to blame the Conservatives. Easy as that. That's what they should have done this time around.
Okay. So, but on the other hand, 4 years later, that I think pandemic may not be the issue.
The topic in that case, who knows?
Yeah.
But the thing is that at least Trudeau can say that, you know what, we got ourselves out of this pandemic.
Yeah,
and he has a record to show for that. That there's enough vaccines for 12-year-olds and older who are getting their first vaccine, and they might be even getting their second vaccine later on.
For myself, I don't think pandemic. I would think pandemic is almost over, and then right after is the economic recovery.
Yeah, recovery. That is the point. Yeah.
So, and look at that huge national debt, and also the current the business environment. I don't believe that it's an easy task for Liberal. All right.
This is the reason I like a minority government, not only the majority in this case.
Yeah. Because he has no party. If you have a majority government, with a majority government, any party can actually ram legislation without the approval
Yeah, they can do whatever they like.
But with the minority government, you have much more responsible government.
That's true. So, yeah. But the point is that, as a governing party, then you want majority because then you can easily do what
manage
you want,
it. Yeah.
Right. So if
that
minority,
means that
then the NDP will be the kingmaker, right? You want my support, you have to come to me. So that's vice versa, right? Pros and cons.
Yeah. My gosh, Kevin Ross still is the leading for Spadina 40 Oak. 300 more votes for the moment.
Well, if you add the 153 Liberal seats now that according to these numbers, then you have 154, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So because I don't think that Kevin is going to vote with the Conservatives, and I don't think that he's going to vote with the NDP. He might on some issues. I don't think he's going to vote with the Greens. So the most likely party that he'll vote
Liberal.
Liberal. Yeah.
Okay. Or he may just stay there for 4 years and then do some other things after the term.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, with MP salary is $190,000 a year. So that, with 4 years salary, he may buy a condo in Toronto. So why not? One win, get a house, get a home.
You know how much a house costs in York region, or even in downtown Toronto? It's over $1 million now.
I know.
All of them over 1 million.
We look at the condominium. I talk about the condominium, not the house.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that's not bad. Then you don't do anything. You just sit there as a backbencher, spend 4 years in Ottawa, with all the perks, and then you get a free condo. Not
so
bad.
next time you should
I should
plan
run
for the next campaign, right?
I should run it next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better than a jackpot. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think likely that now it's 152 to 120. I think as I say, CTV declared that Liberal minority, and Patrick told me that CBC
is a Liberal government.
Also Liberal government. What about Global? Did Global say anything?
Yeah, they're saying it's a Liberal minority government.
All right, so it's a confirmed.
So it looks like a Liberal will be.
Okay.
Will be the next one.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Then last word for this podcast. Anyone have a final words? Patrick.
So the result is not come out yet, but everybody say Liberal, so we will see Liberal to govern the next 4 years for Canada.
Okay. About Ken.
I'm happy with the results because I just don't want the Conservatives to win, because I'm hoping that Doug Ford's Ontario PC party will be re-elected in the next 2 years, and that's what I want.
My God. Okay.
Yeah. So my point is that it looks like all the Chinese candidates in GTA, they hold their seats, like Sun Chen, Jinye, Mary Ying, and also the new one, Paul Zhang, is likely to get Markham Union Will seat. So for Chinese community, it's good news that we got one more, Chinese politicians. All right.
Yeah.
So I mean that's a $600 million budget. Get you one more politicians for our community. It may be worthwhile. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So thanks for watching. Thanks for participating. All right. So then see you next time. Bye.
Okay then.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.